everybody, welcome back to Sparks Fire and Bale and Wire. This is one of the other short-term projects I had in mind. I don't know if I can get this done in one video or not. But I have here a 1999 Club Car DS golf cart. Runs really great. I just picked it up late last summer. So I have seen some use out of it. Everything runs good, works good, but there are a couple issues. So now that it's February, I want to get it in the shop, get it serviced and ready for next year. There's a few other things I want to address. We'll get into that here in a little bit. But basically, I just want to give this whole cart a good once over, see if there's any issues I don't know about. I want to get it polished up good and ready to go for the spring. So stay tuned. On these carts, the serial number is right down here underneath the dash. And the AG, I don't remember what that stands for, but then 99 is the year of manufacture, so that's how I know this is a 99. Now, the Club Car DS model was basically identical from, I think it was 1981 up till 2002, 2003, something like that. So any of them years is basically going to look identical. But this particular model is a 99. I don't know if it's showing up on camera, but there's a slight metallic in this blue. The paint's overall in really good shape. It just needs good cleaning. I think I'm going to try and buff it while I'm here and get a coat of wax on it. The main issues I brought it in the shop for, if you can see, these bushings are completely gone. And it's like that all the way around, front and rear. They're just shot. But as it turns out, you can buy the entire kit for the entire cart, front and rear, for about 40 bucks off eBay. So that's what I did. So I'll get this thing up in the air and start putting bushings on it. If you can tell it, but the front is the exact same way. And there's like zero clearance there. You can even see back in here where that rim's actually been rubbing if you hit a good enough bump. So we'll get these bushings replaced too. Okay, I got this up on jack stands. Before I tore it apart, something I wanted to show you. See that on camera or not? You can see where this wheel's rubbed. It's actually rubbed through the center fender well here in a couple different spots. And I'll show you why. This is a result of these bushings being shot. That's taken no effort at all to slide this back and forth like that. And that's just a result of these bad bushings. Nothing's broke or anything else, it's just the bushings are wore out. So as you can imagine, that was probably contributing to a lot of clunking and clattering when I'm driving around too. So next thing I'm going to do is get these rear wheels off so I can get at it a little easier. And we'll start taking these apart, replacing these bushings. I think that tire's flat, or almost. I would guess these are probably the original tires on this cart. Standard drum brake setup. Never even give those a thought. No scoring in there. I'm not sure how much pad there's supposed to be there, but it looks like there's quite a bit left. So I'll probably just blow them out with the air hose and call them good. I know the brakes did work fine on it. But now with the tire out of the way, I got a little bit better room to get at that. See how that shackle just flops back and forth here. Actually, it's wore through 4 spots. little ridge there, it's wore through on both, and then where it hits the frame, it's rubbed through on both. These club cars are all aluminum frame, by the way. So if you're thinking about getting one, I don't know if that'll affect your purchasing decision or not. They should never have any rust issues. I'll check it over for cracks. Anything built out of aluminum is prone to crack, but as far as where these are wore through, it's really not hurting nothing. So I'm not going to worry about that. We'll get the other side off. I expect to see the same thing over there. Who or why this wheel was off last, but whoever did it put all these lug nuts on backwards. The taper part was to the outside. Probably not an issue on a golf cart. Let's just hope whoever did it isn't working on real cars that go on the highway. The tire's rubbed on this side, but not as bad as the other side. Nothing's actually worn through. Must all come to that side due to the massive torque of this 13 horsepower engine, I think it is. That was a joke, by the way. Brakes on this side look about like the other side. So I think we're in good shape there. Okay, here's all the bushings. Like I said, I bought these off eBay. I think they're like 40 bucks. I don't remember the seller's name. Anyway, if you search it in eBay, you'll find them easy enough. Got one package each for a front and rear of each of the rear leaf springs. This is the entire front end bushing set. That was like 40 bucks, and then for another, I think it was like $8 or $9. This one is a bushing for the front motor mount, which is up under the seat. And I didn't even know about this until a friend told me to check it. He said they're usually bad too, so I looked. And sure enough, mine is still there, but it's basically disintegrated, it's shot. So I'll be replacing this one too. Okay, we're going to start on this front one. 2 9/16 wrenches is all we need. It's a bolt with a nylock nut on it. I've taken the liberty off camera of getting them loose already, so it's just about off. We'll slide that out. Bolt's actually in good shape. The sleeve hasn't worn through it. Now let's take a pry bar. There's the old sleeve. And of course, the bushings are non-existent. They've been completely hammered out over the year. So I've got my little bottle of water and dish soap, assembly lube, leak detector, all in one. Good stuff just to have around the shop. I'm going to give that a little squirt. Hopefully it'll slide in there easier. And that pushed right in with just finger pressure, so that was easy enough. And I'll do the same for the back side. Next will be the new sleeve. And that's going to take a little more pressure. Okay, got that. But I think before I put it in, I'm going to put just a little bit of Never Seas on there. I know it came right back out, but somewhere down the road, next time this has to happen, it might not be so lucky. So I'm going to just put a little Never Seas on there. Okay, there's the first one in. The hardest part of that whole deal was getting the bolt line back up. Slide it in, but that really wasn't terrible. It's good and snug. That side's ready to go. Wow, just that one bushing alone made a huge difference. I can't hardly even budge it now. That's amazing what just one bushing did. Once I get them all done, this thing's going to be mucho bueno. It's going to drive like a new cart, I think. So now I'll get started on this back one. This bolt's in really good shape too. There's the sleeve. A few chunks of disintegrated rubber in there yet. Get them cleaned out good. Now I'll do the same on the front. Give it a little soap water. And the sleeve. Probably see that one a little better. That's just that easy. Before I bolt that on, I'm going to get the top end of it done too. This job's a piece of cake. Too easy, right? I'll let you decide what's in this cup. Some genius. This is the shackle. There's the top mount, there's the bolt. There's the nut. If you haven't seen the problem with this yet, the nut's on the outside on the top rather than on the inside like the bottom. So if the nut was on the inside, then that would allow you to slide this bolt right out. Well, we can't have that. Some engineer had to put them in that way. So now this bolt will not come out because it will strike the body of the golf cart. Because right on the other side here is where the well is for your golf clubs to set. So evidently I'm going to have to loosen the entire body of the golf cart and lift it up off the frame to get that bolt out. Why? Yeah, I got the bolts out of the body on the back part. This is just fiberglass, so it's flexible enough I could get it up just enough that I can get these bolts out and do one set at a time. I'd like to be able to put this bolt in the other way for future servicing, but I don't think there's enough clearance. There's barely enough clearance for the head of the bolt, so I don't think the nut with the bolt protruding through it would clear it. We got that out, but get what's left of the old bushing material out, and then this side will be done. That's all that's left of the original bushings. So again, this will be the same as the bottom side. I'll put a little soap water on there. And the sleeve can go in. Got the never sees. There's that bolt tightened. I put this bottom shackle bolt in, and this side will be finished. That bolt just gets tightened up until it's hitting that sleeve on both sides. That way the bushings have a little wiggle room in there. But this side's done. Can't believe how solid this is now. The final step before we're ready to put the wheel on this side, I want to take a blowgun and blow the dust out of these brakes. Okay, ready for a wheel on this side. I also got these wheels off of eBay. There's a large selection of golf cart wheels and tires on eBay. These low profile, these are a 12-inch rim. The factory rim's an 8-inch rim. So this is a 12-inch rim with a low profile tire, and I did my homework, and these will fit without putting a lift kit on the golf cart. And these low profile tires should roll easier, so it should make the car a little more efficient. Plus, it's going to look a whole lot better. I'll wait till the cart's back on the ground, then I'll torque these down. I'm not going to use an impact on those lug nuts. This side's done. This side will just be a repeat of the other. Bushing here, and then the two rear shackle bolts. I'll blow this out, put the wheel on, and I'm not going to bore you with the details on this side because it's basically the exact same thing I just did. So I'll get this side done and then I'll bring you back. From what I can see, fuel line's kind of in the way here, but this bushing, the engine and transaxle, rear end, whatever you want to call it, are all bolted together kind of one piece, and the suspension more or less is what holds everything in place. This front bushing just kind of floats around in there by the looks of it. So put a floor jack underneath the plate on the engine, and I can lift that up. Hopefully the video will show it. It just picks that up, and I think I can take a couple bolts out here and replace that bushing. The floor jack just lifts it right up. Now I'll get those two bolts out. Okay, I got the bracket out. Here's what's left of the original bushing. Here's what we're supposed to have. So hopefully, yeah, that just fell right off. That just slid right on. That'd be upside down. It needs to go that way. So that was easy enough. Nothing to it. Once it's on there, there's a frame rail up against here, so that can't slide off. It's captured in there. So I'll get that bolted on and the rear half of the golf cart will be done. Okay, that's going to do it for the back half of the cart. Turned out pretty well. All said and done, even with monkeying around with the camera trying to film it and unbolt the body, which I wasn't expecting to do. It still only took me a little over 2.5 hours to do this back half. Wasn't bad at all. Definitely a worthwhile project. So next video, I'm going to tackle the front end, and it's just as bad, if not worse, than the back was. I mean, if this was a car, it wouldn't have been safe to drive on the road. So I'll get the front end up here on the next video and show you how bad that is. So stay tuned. Catch you next time.